spawn at the location searching for either character. Even once defeated, the Guardians will keep respawning until the wanted level is severed. This can be done using I find when playing role-playing Assassin's Creed games, similarly to the Richter series, that in these open worlds you would encounter enemies in order to allow the player to pick up XP to progress through the story. In terms of Assassin's Creed Shadows, the open world events, I find the world to be lackluster compared to previous RPG Assassin's Creed games in terms of finding stuff to do outside quests. You find random rogue Ronin wandering around on the streets in the woods, or shinobi attempting to attack your chosen character, Naoe or Yasuke. I find the game works best without this mechanic to pick up loot. It's not too difficult compared to the other features on the list. I just find it unnecessary. The rewards most of the time doesn't offer value. Similar to world events, these are the return of contracts that was first introduced in around AC2 or AC Brotherhood. This is a stable feature that has been in the games a long time now. The purpose of contracts is to attain various decorative elements that can be attained as rewards for completing quests, contracts or activities. I find from each Kagurega location on the map there's be a list of 3 contracts. These are personally repetitive in-game. They do offer some value to your hideout each time. I know, for example, if I need more iron sand or metal to build my forge, my hideout, I can quickly pull up these contracts. Once completed in around 10 minutes, all available resources will be added towards building my hideout into something more pleasing to the eye.
Just got better.
Despite not making a full known appearance in-game story, Naoe does discover some connection to the Creed through her own standalone quests, which can be obtained after she completed the Path of the Shadows. I find the little parkour to be similar to the tomb raiding in the Ezio games, where each key led to a surprise reward in the games, where in this game the reward is hidden at the end of each pathway, which can be highlighted if you switch up the game's exposure to see the yellow markings, giving you directions to. Once completed, the reward with Naoe's fit as well as the engravings on that outfit. However, the hideout contracts rewards can be repetitive despite being different buffs each time.
You can't run from me, girl.
One of the unique activities that exists only in Assassin's Creed Shadows is the ability to observe and sketch wildlife from the open world. The same goes for finding portraits in the fortresses and chests around the open world exploration. This is only limited to portraits. You can also find loot such as gravel, trees, decorative items and so on. All resources you can bring back to your hideout without having to visit a merchant. This isn't bad side activities. It does make the hideout feel more alive, similar to recruiting allies and scouts. Once you get halfway or completed the game, the NPC will start to appear inside your hideout, interacting with the animals and other human NPCs.
Was that really just a deer?
The Kuiji Kiri is a side activity which involves only Naoe to complete a series of quick time events buttons to complete in a time sequence. Similar to Yasuke's kata, the buttons will appear on screen when needed to be prompted. Once prompted, the screen will go from normal to white. This is done to activate Naoe flashbacks, which are integral to the main story. Despite being a side activity, once the screen turns completely to white, the buttons would disappear, leaving the player to use muscle memory to complete the activity. Once completed, the player is awarded for 1 skill point for each Kuiji Kiri. Even after completing all Naoe flashbacks, the Kuiji Kiri can still be found on the game's menu and will contribute towards both character skill tree. It is a very unique side activity which allows the player to use their muscle memory skills, while Naoe initiates some hard hand signs that are very equivalent of the Naruto anime series. Side activities similar to scavenging loot from ships in Assassin's Creed Black Flag and past RPG games, where this is only one of the only side quests that can be done solely with Naoe or Yasuke depending on the player's choice. The castle icon will appear in a location with two objectives. These can be you have to eliminate a number of samurai and loot one legendary chest in a fortress. These can be done at any level, but be mindful of the alarm bells in the area. Once an alarm bell is triggered, you get a relentless pursuit of high-level guardians that will spawn at the location searching for either character. Even once defeated, the guardians will keep respawning until the wanted level is severed. This can be done using a variety of scouts to clear the region, or you can wait until the season resets. Unlike most activities, your progress, such as eliminating the dial, won't be reset, and you're free to collect your legendary loot from the chest at any given time in the game's timeline. Recruiting allies was first introduced in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and was last seen in around AC3. The purpose of recruiting allies for the NPC is to help you on your quests throughout the game. I find the only exception is the bigger boss fights such as Naoe or Yasuke's only side quest, where no ally can be summoned during that time. There are a total of 6 allies at present in the base game, with an additional ally coming sometime in 2025 via a game update. There are a total of 3 levels for each allies, these are being the standard novice, initiate and veteran. To train and upgrade your allies, you would first need to craft the dojo into your hideout, which can only be done after unlocking Yaya through her own main quest, Hedgerow Row, and the Stray Dogs quest. Scouts is slightly different to allies, where the two can be confusing at first to new players. Simply, once you completed the certain side quests in the story, you will get a notification that an NPC has been added as a scout. Scouts can find targets, severed wanted levels, and so on. I recommend watching my hideout video for more information on this subject. Helix quests are one of the most broken quests in the main game. If your console or PC is connected to the internet, you will receive weekly reset updates from the Animus hub menu. These can be a form of 3 or 4 tasks to obtain data fragments. Once the tasks are completed, there is no way to obtain data fragments in-game, regardless how quickly the player completes them. Each data fragments contribute towards the in-game battle pass system, where most of the rewards are hand-picked from Ubisoft's microtransaction season pass, which can be bought using in-game Animus keys. As of this video, it is unknown whether Black Flag Remake or Hex will also have their own rewards. I find, judging by how we can only view Mirage and the new RPG games from the Animus hub, I certainly think this will be the case in future entries.
The Golden Age of Baghdad, or the Viking Age. The choice is yours.
Quick heads up, I'm also going to giving away free gifts to whomever signs up first to my Strike Hard tier on YouTube memberships tab. Alternatively, you can also sign on to my Patreon premium tier. As special thanks, who would wish to support my content further across the platforms YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you for spending your time for watching this. Have a wonderful day, and I see you next time.
I have traveled far to spread the teachings of my master and his master before him. I will grasp the Naginata until I die, to pass on this art form to the next generation. Do you wish to be part of this legacy?
Kata works similar to Kuiji Kiri, where this time you take the role of Yasuke in the series of quick time events, which helps the character fight more progressively while staying true to the basic art of kata in the Sengoku Japan. According to the internet, in Japanese martial arts, kata refers to a detailed choreographed pattern of movements practiced in either solo or in pairs, representing various techniques and principles. Yasuke's style of kata is very based on the Kenpu part of the 7 martial arts. I find more I do this side activity, the more it benefits the character in open combat within the world of shadows, hence why it's second on my list of my favourite and interesting side activity in the overall game.
No!
to focus with no distractions.
If you want to improve, come back for more practice.
In first place, we have to go towards horse archery, which is a minigame which Yasuke rides a horse while the player has an attempt to aim at barrels targets on either side of the player from the first person perspective. I find this minigame works very similar to Black Flag's harpooning side activity, where instead of using a bow and arrow, Edward uses a harpoon and uses it to stop the shark or whales from attacking his boat. I'll explain further on this side activity in a video on Black Flag side activities in the future. And with the rewards of this activity, very resourceful, as you do get an average amount of mon with XP to progress onto the next level for your characters and a new mount companion to ride in the open world. Ultimately, horse archery activity comes in at number 1.